I said, every day. He said, well, how do you mean every day? I said, I work every day. I drink the beer in the car, I get to the hotel, and I drink vodka. He came out of his chair like that. You drink every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and you've been doing that for how long? I said, well, let me see, it's 1989, I started in 72. You do the math, almost 20 years. He said, that's not possible. We said, oh, yeah, it is.
It's not. Oh yeah, it is. It kills me every fucking time.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah, hi. We're here again. Let's do it.
Do we have to?
Show number 2. Usually I'm blackout for this, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna take one step real quick into stepping out of. I'm gonna forego.
Hey, is there a major announcement you have to make? Do you like have the Bolton music or anything like that? Is this going to be anything to?
I have. I don't know why none of this is working, but
it's kind of good that you can push buttons and nothing's working.
Yeah,
you usually fuck it all up.
So I have porn music.
How many porn music?
I have rim shot. Oh, nope. That can come in handy. Oh,
that was interesting.
Did you ever did you ever wipe and then put your finger at the toilet? We'll be right back.
Yeah, but I told you this before. I've done that. And just like I get, I don't know, maybe half the knuckle here, just to the end of my fingernail, maybe. And you're like, I've what? And I'm like, yeah, that's it. There's no way. I'm like, why? You're like, I did that. 3 fingers went in. Our assholes.
I mean, I don't stop. I'm not going to stop.
I do.
What are you, a loser? you stop fingering your asshole. Come on, get out of town. Now, a special announcement. I am I'm having a beer. I feel like.
What kind of beer are you having, Chris?
Voodoo Ranger.
Chris, is that a non-alcoholic beer?
It's not a non-alcoholic beer.
Is it a real beer?
It's a real beer. I'm going to take a little step outside of what I intended to do. You know what? I work real hard. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, I deserve it. And here we go. First sip of alcohol in almost 14 days. That's just how I remember it. You know, some things just feel like home. You know, and you know, I needed it. I needed it. You know, I worked hard this week. I went to the gym every day this week, except today because I was just too busy. And so there you have it. I am having a beer. I deserve it. I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm fine.
Is it over?
It's over.
Can you put down the sword?
I was never white knighting it. I was just saying I'm going to try to do it. And I tried, and it was not enjoyable. I mean, I'm not going to like wake up in a pool of my own vomit today.
Nobody ever said that.
But when's the last time that ever happened? I haven't puked drinking in 15 years.
Puke free since 2003.
Yeah. So whatever, man. Sure.
I just threw up random times right now.
In the shower. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I wake up and I cough wrong. I'm throwing up in the sink.
Yeah. I do.
Next week. So
man, we got to get you a new microphone. Yeah, that is like
sounds like a swing in a horror movie.
Just
probably just oil it, right? That's all I gotta do is just grease it.
Or just stop moving the fucking thing.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Hi. Okay. Yeah. Hi.
I gotta move it when I get up, and I move it when I kind of get relaxed, and that way it's it's closer to my face. Unlike
unlike some of the other people. Yeah.
Jerry, it's like he's allergic to it, like Bluetooth. Like magic.
These mics, I found. So there's the number one podcasting mic you can get is SHURE, Shure, I think it's called. Great mic. That's what all the big podcasts use, but they're like $700 a mic.
Yeah, we're not that kind here.
No, we're trying to make headway here in the small town of Germany.
I will tomorrow when I come down here to grab drinks before football. I'll
Hang
bring the
yourself.
WD-40 and I'll give this thing a spritz.
No, so even those, I think those type of mics though, they're kind of like set inside of a stand. This is like an all like I can move this and it doesn't make that boom, 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 boom sound. It just is. So
Oh,
this was like $65. So I'll send you one of
I
these.
like
These
this
are
one.
good.
I like this one.
Same stand, same everything except the mic. That's all we're changing is the mic.
No, I just bought this mic because I bought new headphones because I broke the old ones.
I know for a fact you didn't buy a mic because
You're right. I did. I'm looking down at the box and
you would have asked me
it's
what mic should I
headphones.
buy.
Yeah, and I got new headphones.
Yeah.
Because I broke the other ones.
So, but yeah, we're doing a second show. I have had 2 sips of beer now. The beer tracker, 2 sips of beer. Can you imagine there was a time in our? Oh boy, hold on.
Buttons broke. The buttons broke.
There was a time in American history where that was actually music. Like, hey, just make it funky. You know,
Would you want to live in those times?
talking probably like 74. Gas crisis. Was that you touching the mic or was that?
It was just mic check. Mic check.
That mic picks up everything. Ass particles. No, I think if I could pick a time to live, it would not be in the early 70s. Although I
don't
think
know, man. I think the music ain't bad.
no, there's a lot of great
My
music.
dad throws it on when we're camping, and he listens to a lot of the old 60s.
60s is great.
And it's okay. After a while, it gets a little whatever. So sometimes when we finally settle in at the fire, like after dinner and shit, I'm like, yo, can you bump it up a decade? I know once it gets into the 80s, the music gets a little too fast, a little too funky.
80s
But
music.
I'm like, just the 70s it's fine. I don't mind it.
Like, when have you
and
ever done like, you know what I could really use right now? A really sexy saxophone solo. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know who plays the saxophone? My daughter.
yeah.
I've never heard her play it before.
But
She's in band, but she plays saxophone.
But why
Never
go?
heard her play.
You know, this is a great song, Bob Seger. You know what we need? A fucking saxophone, baby. You know, or Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen. You know what we could use right now? Saxophone. Fuck that.
But again, let's go back to what we talked about earlier. Is
Phil, though, I didn't say. Hold on. Let me address.
oh boy, here we go. Jesus Christ, Phil.
I didn't say I
Controversial
don't like Led Zeppelin. I think number one, if you go through and just go on YouTube and look at, did Led Zeppelin steal their music? 100% they did. They stole almost all of their great songs. They stole them.
I'm gonna see if that's correct.
They did. I would play it, but then we'd get banned again on every other fucking thing that we're banned on. So whatever.
Did Led I got did LED first fucking thing that pops up. Did Led Zeppelin steal songs? Second thing was, do they do drugs?
Yeah. And they're probably like all on heroin. Like, nah, we can steal that. Fucking no one listens to this shit. No, so I don't like that part. Black Dog, great song. Going to California, great song. But some of their other shit that's like, maybe it's just overplayed, and maybe that's why I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just too much. I think it's just too much. So okay. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying that, and there's nothing better, honestly, if you walk into a dingy ass bar and they're playing Led Zeppelin, not too loud, but just kind of there, like little background music. You're toe tapping. You're having a good time. Nothing wrong with it.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is me fucking doing you squirrel fucking ADHD, coked out squirrel running around in your head thing. Yep. This where we have us two in here.
Yeah.
Can we do more people?
Yes.
Like how many more?
I think up to 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of have an idea why I asked that, but it was completely irrelevant to the Led Zeppelin story.
Oh, good.
I just had to ask that question.
Way to derail it. Yeah. We've had multiple people. We've had 4 people in, I think, at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do as many as we want, really.
Yeah, and we don't need to go live. We can just it can be like a Zoom meeting, right? Where we get drunk and there's music.
Yeah, I would actually like to do one next week and sandbag it for the following week because that Friday the 27th, I'm not gonna be able to do it. You're not gonna be able to do it, you know?
Yeah, Chris wants to go out drinking
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
night for her the day before. She's got her birthday weekend planned out, and
Day before the
yeah. They actually the night out, she just wants to get hammered in the driveway. She's like, let's have it if as long as it ain't raining. She don't care how cold it is. We'll have a driveway fire, invite Newell over, whoever else wants to come over. Let's just get hammered at driveway. I said, okay.
fair. What the lady wants, the lady gets. That's what I say around here.
Yeah.
Not saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying?
Phildo, yeah, headphones and a microphone, and you're in. It's not that hard to do a podcast. It literally costs like $38. There's some shitty ones you can get that are just great. But
Yeah, I was told I need better headphones to DJ with, but I love these headphones. The ones you got me, and then I bought a second set after I broke the first one. The only thing is, what is this called? It's a cord, but what is the
a cord.
the curled part? What
I would call it spiraled.
spiraled? I was gonna say that, but that sounded wrong. I thought
It sounds wrong. Yeah.
it needs to be more just of a straight cable.
Yeah. You just need to buy like a $4 adapter.
Yeah, because this just unplugs.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can bing bong ding.
Yeah, so I might have to do that for my DJ deck because this is a little too short and it starts pulling, and that's you don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah.
I just need a 4-footer.
Yeah. Is your standard phono cord? Yes. Well, take the PH out and put a H, and then take.
Wait, why take the H out to begin with then?
Oh yeah, fuck it. I'm dyslexic. I can't do things. Oh yeah. Yeah. So you wanted to talk about the Carly Russell lady. So this lady.
Well, we both brought this up there the other day.
Yeah. It seems like things are starting to happen where people that lie.
This might be where I was pissed off the other day.
People that lie now are starting to get caught lying, and now there's actually legal repercussions for it. Not necessarily
repercussions.
Sorry.
Words.
But what happened to the baseball player too? Like the one dude for the LA Dodgers or something like that.
Yeah, San Francisco. It was a California team. I can't remember.
Yeah, so this girl said that she was sexually assaulted by him, and then all of a sudden they start going through the text messages, and then whoopsie daisy, she gets caught.
So,
but still, that guy probably lost. Let's say, I don't know, $8 million, and that's probably on the super low end, right? He was suspended for 300 games. They moved it down to like 197, but he lost a lot of money, a lot of game day checks, and she's not going to pay that. She's not going to go to jail for it.
Even if he was a mid to lower end player, he had an endorsement or a couple, a local car dealership or something.
Yep.
Whatever. A Subway franchise, obviously not Subway, but something like that in town or whatever, where they're paying him money. That's all gone now.
Yep.
And he ain't getting it back.
No, and it's not like it's not like he goes back on top of the list for people to go and start paying him money again either. Like he's damaged goods just because it's a bad moniker.
And this whole thing started with the whole Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And women are like, you need to believe women, believe us, believe this, that, and everything.
I think people forgot that women are also people, and people are inherently evil. I think someone forgot that. So
yeah, I think that they got to that page in the book, and we just went 3 pages ahead.
Yeah.
This whole story stunk from the fucking jump. I remember the day this happened. She started trending on Twitter, and everyone said, this woman is full of shit. There wasn't even a black girl that said, that's my sister, I stand behind her. They're like, this girl lying through her fucking teeth.
Yep.
So from day one, there has been no doubt that this bitch has lied.
Right.
Okay.
I'll put her back up.
She just got indicted.
Yep.
Or charged or whatever with falsifying report, whatever. She got an $18,000 fine.
Mm-hmm.
and probation. That bitch and every other one that does this needs to go to fucking jail.
It's not going to stop until someone does go to jail over.
And this is it. It's time to fucking. Hey, is she the one? We got to make an example of her. I don't give a fuck what color you are.
Yeah.
Enough with the bullshit. It all started back with the Duke lacrosse team.
Yep.
That
Oh, yeah.
fucking girl. What happened to her? Those kids lost their futures
Oh yeah.
over something that never fucking happened because she lied.
Yep.
Women, believe us, believe us. You make it very fucking hard for us to believe you. When
Well,
all
it's
you're
also-
out there is for a money fucking grab. And I can tell you, all the bullshit, all the fucking cases against Harvey Weinstein, did he probably pull some of that shit on some of these girls? Yep, maybe.
Yep.
All of them, though? Not a fucking chance. They're there for the money. Same thing with fucking Trump. Same thing with every fucking athlete. They're doing this for money.
Yeah.
We know this. And then
But-
when it comes out that and finds out that they are, and it's proven to be complete noise, the Matt Ariza situation with the
Yep.
Bills.
Yep.
Same thing. What happened? That dude lost his future in the NFL.
Yep.
He lost millions of dollars. The
Yep.
punt god. That guy could have been great.
Yeah. He was-
What's he doing now? Selling fucking used cars because that cunt fucking lied.
Yep.
I'm done standing behind these bitches.
Now, I mean,
Every one of these broads needs to be put in jail for 3 fucking years or more, and that's it. You don't get out in 18 months. Fuck you. You ruin somebody's life over this, you're going to jail.
and to be fair, what Daryl is saying is that
You better be right on this, or I'm coming for you too.
we have to pay attention to the exceptions and not the rule, right?
Yes.
So the rule is, yes, men have been using power dynamics to do things to people that they shouldn't have been able to do throughout history. Honestly, if there was no women, there'd be no cities, there'd be no wheel. Like women, the pursuit of women made guys do cool shit, build cool things.
This is why we need, like I said, got to go back to the days of the bar or Walla Wines.
yeah,
Bitches come in the back door. They were confined. My dad was like, hey, he goes, we were sitting in the room. He goes, they came through that door. My
Mhm.
mom's nodding her head. He goes, they weren't allowed past this room. That's why the women's bathroom was right there.
right.
There
So
was a curtain here. They couldn't look into the bar. They couldn't be in the bar. I go, we need that again. We
For-
need
for
that
the-
again.
for people that don't know, there's this bar in East Aurora, New York, where I grew up, and Daryl grew up not too far away from there. There's this bar. It was from the late 1800s, I think 1871 or something like
It's
that.
old as fuck.
And there's no stools at the bar. You
Nope.
only stand at the bar.
Yeah.
and-
Not a
and-
bar stool in sight.
They will never ever go off that path.
No, this is great.
But back in the day, and I don't know when they changed this,
I don't either.
women were not allowed in the bar.
Yeah.
Period.
You couldn't walk through the 4 steps up from the Oakwood Ave into the bar.
Yep.
The women had to go around the side door, and they had a room where they could go in there and sit. So if you're coming there with your wife, as you got to the front step, she went around the building and then back door, side door, into the room with all the other catty bitches, and you went into the bar and sat there and had a cigarette or a cigar and
Yeah.
drank a Manhattan like fucking men do, or beers, Jenny, cream ale,
Ooh.
and you sat there and shot the shit with the men while your bitch was in some side room and couldn't even see you.
And honestly, sometimes it's better that way. I'm glad things aren't like that. I do enjoy all the people that we hang out with, and most
I
of
do
them
too. I enjoy it.
are women.
Like I
and
said,
they're-
I told my wife last weekend driving around to those wineries and getting all fucked up during the day on wine. That was one of the best days I had. We
Yeah.
laughed our asses off the whole time. And that's when we both looked at each other and said, Chris can never come to one of these. I'm like, we're both like, yep, he couldn't handle this. We couldn't keep you under control. It'd be funny as fuck, but I don't want to go to Canadian jail.
I have a pursuit of having the best possible time. And sometimes that comes out of abject boredom where I'm just like, no, we should go do this. I love nothing more. And and you guys did it in Canada and a lot of places ago. One of my favorite times that Tanya and I ever had, we went to New Orleans. It was the first trip that we took after Olivia, and we had no agenda. We had a concert to be to at one of the days, but other than that, it was just like, Let's find every place that seems interesting. Let's stay there and let's hang out for a little bit. And then when that starts to get a little stagnant, a little boring, or maybe it's just
Load
us
on.
doing the shit, we just go to the next place. And
That's
it
what we
was
did.
so fun. It,
We-
it's like,
it was one road around the corner from our hotel. It was a straight fucking line, and there had to be 50 fucking wineries. I said, all right, I want to go to Wayne Gretzky's place first. Let's go
Yeah.
there, and we'll go. While we're there, I opened up Google Maps. I expanded it. Oh, there's a fucking winery up the road. That one's got a 3.8. This one's got a 4.7. Let's go there.
Mhm.
Boom. Stop there. We hit 4 or 5 that were just, they're like, what brings you in? We're like, we just drove by.
we're
Yeah, you
huge
guys probably-
alcoholics.
And that's the thing too, is like, asking these guys about wine. And I learned so fucking much about wine, and I'm
bet.
drinking wine tonight.
Mm.
Not the wine that I bought. This is just a bottle of regular wine, but I was like, which ones are gonna get me drunk? And they know. They fucking know
Here's a
when,
porter.
when you walk in
Yeah.
what you're there for. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so one of the sommeliers was
Yeah.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Explain thing. We got any questions? I'm like, yeah, I got questions. And I go, hey man, I like my wine cold. And I know red wines are supposed to be room temperature. And he goes, he
no,
goes,
not necessarily.
mostly. He goes, yes, by the book, yeah. He goes, you drink wine how you like to drink wine. He goes, don't worry about anybody else. And I said, motherfucker, I'm buying every bottle of wine in this place. Dude, I'm like, I'm buying everything. You sold me. Here's a fucking fat tip. And I'm like, here you go. And it was great. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He goes, everybody does it different. What do you like? And you like a red wine? He goes, you want to put a couple ice cubes in it? Go ahead. I'm like, but I feel like I'm doing it at this service. He goes, in a way you are. He goes, but if that's how you like to enjoy it and you're paying $40 for a bottle of wine, he goes, you do it your way. I said,
I
man,
like to drink it
I
with
love
my
you.
asshole. Where are we at with that?
Yeah.
No, I mean, bourbon's kind of the same way. You go do all those bourbon tastings and they do it neat, but the palate of bourbon change. Whoop. The palate of bourbon changes the second you put ice cube in, or the second you put a drop of water in. It's fucking fantastic, So just to me, drink again. It's going back to what I heard earlier today. You're only alive once. Some people don't believe in heaven. I don't. So I'm here. I'm here right now. This is my heaven. I might as well just fucking do some shit and have a good time until the whole shit box gets lit on fire by some fucking religious zealots, for fuck's sake. So
My word. That's my word.
so yeah, but yeah, so what Daryl's trying to say is that yes, you should believe women, but when something, what's up, Kristen? When some lady just disappears off the highway and says there's some random baby on the
Baby. Yeah.
yeah,
People are like, we were there. There's no baby.
I got a little skeptical like the second that happened.
Dude, Twitter absolutely just destroyed that bitch.
Yeah.
But it's like, and I understand how sport teams got to take this because they got to understand that they're a brand
Right.
and they're going to look bad. But seeing that more and more of this is coming out to be false, why don't you just say, hey, man, we believe you. Let's look into this first.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
Do
We
your
might
due
not play-
diligence, as they say.
yeah.
Yeah, you have
Let's
to.
start there, but they're not. They're just believing these fucking cunts.
Well,
And immediately everybody's life is ruined.
Yeah.
And then guess what? The girl's like, yeah, I kind of made it up. Okay, guess what? Because
Yeah.
you're a girl, you're a female, we're just gonna slap you on the wrist and here's a little fine and go away.
and
no,
it's not like-
bitch, you need to fucking be in a goddamn orange jumpsuit,
Yeah.
picking up fucking garbage and worried about getting fucking midnight raped in your cell is what you need to do. These
Did-
fucking broads need to go to jail.
You
And they
said-
don't need to go to jail for 30 days, just weekends.
midnight rave. Where's
Yeah.
the rape room, girls?
They need to fucking do time.
I didn't
And
know.
at some point, this shit's gonna stop. They're gonna be like, okay, guess what?
I don't
Now
think
these guys aren't fucking around, and I'm not sure I can pull this story off. Because all you had to do before is yell rape, and
Yeah,
dude's
there
in jail, and you're just living the life on fucking high on the hawk.
There was a guy, I think he played for USC. I think
Jail these bitches.
this guy's name was Brian Banks, I believe. Same kind of thing. He's going to be a first or second round pick. Let's not even say he was going to be a first round pick, but I think he was slated to be a first round pick. Gets accused of sexual assault, goes to jail for like 2 years. And then the girl comes out and says that she lied about the entire thing. He gets out of jail and he's not past his prime, but he's 2.5 years out of the game, So I think Seattle, I'm starting to, maybe it's the old man in me, but I'm starting to really like certain coaches, even though they don't have any affiliation to the teams I like, or like I could never pick Seattle as a team to even like for some reason. I just don't like them. I don't hate them. I don't have any rivalries with them.
Yeah.
But stuff is just, I like, if I were to pick a team, let's say the Bills weren't the Bills anymore, and I had to pick a new NFL team, I don't think
The
Seattle
guy over your shoulder bottom and moved him to Toronto.
Yeah.
And what?
Yeah. I don't know necessarily that Seattle would be high on my list. I just don't think they would be. Love Seattle as a city, great time. But I do really like what Pete Carroll does. And Pete Carroll actually gave the guy a contract and gave him some money. And I think that Pete Carroll helped him get set up in coaching and stuff like that. But that guy, his entire life was derailed by that. And then what do? Do you bring up charges?
Over his shoulders everywhere he goes. It's going to be hanging over his head.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sucks, man. And, the Harvey Weinstein stuff is even more baked in and weird because you have the people once the Me Too movement came out, you have these people that were legitimately victimized and hurt by this fucking creep he's amazing at picking movies though. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Right? Dude's got the Midas touch. But the same people that came out during the fuck me in the dick. The same people that came out during the Me
Maybe we should go back to sober October.
No, I think
this 3 sips of beer is fucking you right up, man.
I think it's all the other things I have in my system right now. Whoops. Bum 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 shrooms. All the people that sort of come out during the time and saying, "Oh, he did this," and then like detailing all this horrific shit. All the press pictures that he used was like the people next to him mugging up for fucking pictures. And that dude ruined Mia Sorvino's career. She's a great actress. She's fucking phenomenal. And then she kind of stuck up for herself. And then magically she's not in any movies anymore. That's as bad as what happened to Brian Banks. So, you have to pay attention to those things because those things do happen. However, Harvey Weinstein is going to die in prison. And he did those things. But to me, if you lie about that stuff, it's not a justifiable. It shouldn't be apples to apples, right? It shouldn't be that isn't the crime. Because like if you say someone fucking raped you on Christmas Day and you lied about it, it's still not as bad as rape, right? But at the same point, there should be some semblance of they have to do this. They have to issue a public apology. They have to do community service. It has to be publicized. Something to make your name as bad as their name because they had no problem dragging your shit through the mud for fucking ever. No remorse whatsoever. That to me is like sinister. That's evil. That's terrible. And you ruin people's fucking lives doing that shit. Well, there needs to be recourse.
The whole thing with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well,
95% of that's bullshit.
But if 5% of it is not bullshit, he also got a slap on the wrist too. You know what I mean?
If that 5% is true, and the way they saw it, it wasn't. Every one of those girls after the first one or two,
oh, it's a wave, dude.
It was they're there doing that for the money.
Yep,
they know, and you're telling me that these massage girls aren't in the know? They're like hookers. Hey, man, I got to bang a NFL player, and every time he comes to the city, he's going to bring a couple guys. They call a friend. They call a friend. They call a friend. They're all in on it.
Yeah.
They're all trying to get their buck. And
this shit just happened to and again, like I'm not a fan of Deshaun Watson. I'm not a fan of Antonio Brown either, but like Antonio Brown was kind of doing the same shit. Like he'd fly girls in and then magically a year later they're like, oh no, he did this shit to me. Well, it's like then it becomes kind of a cash grab. But at the same point, should they have been put in that situation? Probably not. So there's
An NFL football player is flying you in. He's playing in Vegas. Hey, meet me in Vegas. I got your flight. Come party. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
at a certain point, you're if you're acting 98% as a call girl, you're kind of a call girl. You know what I mean? Like,
I just don't understand this. Why when these people they do this shit and then they cry wolf. What were you there for? Why did you go there? Do you just think you're gonna have a glass
Well-
of fucking Chardonnay and have a good night hanging out with a high profile NFL player?
but
No.
you
You're
also,
coming there to fuck, and we all know it.
but you also don't want to sound like the guy that's like, well, she got treated that way because she wore that kind of dress. You know what I mean? Like, there's that weird stuff too. This Carly Russell chick that literally made up an abduction story, and then they're like, "So what happened?" She's like, "I don't know. There's some guys." Like, I don't even know. Like, do you
I
know?
just went and did coke with these guys. Wait, what about the baby? That was the thing is everybody was more concerned about the baby than that bitch.
So she went missing. She dialed. So let's backstory.
Oh, God, its story is so completely and utterly fucked.
So, and they're not going to get into the nitty gritty here, but we'll Cliff's notes this stuff, right? So Russell 24 dialed 911 on July 13th around 9:34 p.m. to report a toddler walking alone southbound side of Interstate 459 near Birmingham.
Interstate.
Yep.
So this is a busy fucking road. 9:30 at night. There's a toddler in the middle of nowhere where there's no houses.
Yep. So
Just out
she
there.
would return home on July 15th at around 10:45 p.m. near where police say she was seen walking along the sidewalk beforehand. Russell's attorney, Emory Anthony, said that in an email statement to the Hoover Police Department that his client admitted to never seeing a baby on Interstate and was never a missing person. Whoopsie. But yeah. So my client did not have
fine.
So my client did not have any help in this incident. She was a single act done by herself. The statement said my client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone from the time she was missing. My client apologized for her actions in this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, and to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies. So I think she kind of got the same slap on the wrist, like if you were to call the fraudulent fire thing, and all the guys get mobilized, they drive through the streets, traffic gets delayed, and stuff like that. You accrue fees for doing that. It's almost the same thing. Like, when they say, and this is where my panic sets in when I go to fly, they close the door. And like, once the door is closed, you can't open that thing. Cause it's like a $25,000 fine or something like that.
You take personal checks.
Yeah.
Open the fucking door.
That's basically what she got. That's the fine that she got. But she just flat out disappeared, and there's no backstory there. Like, and there's been stories of like chicks, they disappear, they say they got abducted, and then you find out they were just like doing a bunch of coke in a hotel room and stuff like that.
Yeah, they just kind of lost track of 2 days because
and they don't want to tell their families and stuff like that mommy had to go off the rails a little bit. Fine, but at the same point, don't become a missing person. At least have the dignity. Did I say dignity and decency?
Decency and dignity all together.
At least have the decency to say, I'm going to go party. Mommy's going to get plowed by 19 dudes, and she'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'll be back to give you a bathy bath and get you all cleaned up for school on Monday morning.
No, but this one more than anything was just like, whoa, that seems a little far-fetched. Little far-fetched. No diggity.
No dignity, no doubt.
No dignity. Yeah. Sweating again because I can't get the words right. Ooh, daddy likes. Oh, what's up, girls? But yeah. So she slap on the wrist, no community service, no anything. She's just
probation for a couple years and pay that fine.
I mean,
she'll be able to pay off in chunks. And it's just like at this point, hey, Carly Russell, name on top of a resume. Go fuck yourself. I'm not giving you a job.
Yeah.
You lied about that. What are you gonna fucking do while you work for me? Just I guess fucking humanity as a whole is just making me fucking sick.
Hold on.
I want to just I mean, how many times do you and I send this to each other via text?
Yeah.
I mean, just the other day I said something, I forgot what the fuck you came back with. And I'm like, I hope that's the end of it.
Mhm.
You're just like, God damn it. I know he's really honest about this.
So, police earlier said that Russell took toilet paper and a bathrobe from Woodhouse Spa, Birmingham, her employer. She later picked up food for takeout and was later seen getting snacks at Target. Like people are out looking for her. It's insane. But she got her comeuppance, I guess, for better lack of a term. She'll probably go and change her name legally and then be on doing her thing and be fine. It's just strange to me, but whatever. It happens.
And dude, and I sit there and I watch these fucking crime documentaries and shows and all this shit, and it's like, okay, these people are dumber than fucking I am.
Sure. That's saying a lot.
Like yeah, it is, and especially in Breaking Bad. The kid is a fucking meth head.
Yeah.
And the teacher was a fucking genius.
Yeah.
And I would fall somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. But I'm like, I don't think I would have the confidence and wherewithal to pull that off, to pull something like that off. Like
No way.
even on a small, let's just even move that down to a smaller scale, because I'm questioning shit all the time. I'd be like, they're gonna fucking ask this. Just like it was so funny, like when we were coming back across the border.
You think you're guilty for no reason?
Yeah, and it's that white guilt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it.
Chris is like, she spent the whole fucking 30 hours we were in Canada Googling how much the duty is on a bottle of wine. It was like 20 to 30 cents.
You said duty.
Duty. And I'm like, okay, now I was talking to my dad. He goes, did you declare it? I says, yeah. He goes, why not? I'm like, because I didn't have anything to hide.
Yeah.
Krista had the receipts in her bag ready to go if we needed them. But I'm like, at 20 cents a bottle, 12 bottles, it's $2.40. At that point, Canada doesn't give a fuck about that.
Right.
If I had a box truck full of wine, they're going to want that.
Sure.
But they're like, how long are you there? I'm like, 24 hours. You just came up on a whim and had a good time. She's like, hey, get home safe. Here's your licenses. Have a good day. And we were gone. But it's just like, I would be fucking in a panic if I had a weed and if I had a joint in a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Trying to get that across the border.
Yeah.
I'm like, we could have brought a bale of weed across. The guy asked us 2 fucking questions.
Well,
we were gone.
I took my friend from I back in the day, I inherited $1,000, like some weird ass Monopoly card. And it was 97. Bulls were playing. It was 98. Sorry, Jordan's last year. They were playing in Toronto, and there was tickets in the paper for $25 a piece. So I bought 4 tickets.
Hey, Jerian's watching.
Oh, well,
hi,
Jerian should be here. But so we went up to Toronto, and we get over the Peace Bridge and stuff like that. And my friend goes, "Oh, thank God they didn't pull me out." I'm like, "Well, why would they pull you out?" He's like, "Oh, I had weed on me." I'm like, what? Like, we would have been in Canadian jail for a very, very long time because he smuggled weed into Canada. Like, what are you doing? But
yeah, like I'm like, we could have brought fucking a kilo of coke through, no problem. But if it was in my fucking car,
there's telltale signs. Yeah.
And they know that, and it's like you pulled up.
There's
like cameras, and she's like, "Hey, do they have like infrared cameras?" I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "That would stop like human sex trafficking and all that stuff."
Sure,
I'm like,
they do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they gotta have something. We pulled up, and the fucking thing blinked to 2, and she's like, "What does that mean?" I'm like, "That there's 2 people in the car."
Right.
So when we get up here, there's going to be the question they're going to ask you: how many people are with you? 2.
You always got to go, well, there's us 2, and then there's dead bodies in the trunk.
Guys, like, where you guys headed? I'm like, she was all worried about us telling them that we were going to wine country and they're going to fucking duty the fuck out of us. So I'm like, oh yes, fuck, he does. But I'm like, I'm going to Fallsview for the night. Okay. He goes, good luck tonight. I'm like, all right, hand it off to IDs.
Yep, all good.
Away we went. But
yeah, I don't know what somebody like Carly Russell was like. What's the plan? Like, so What's
yeah,
the
where are you?
design
Where
you disappearing for 2 days?
What's the end goal?
I-
Are you expecting somebody to set up a GoFundMe?
But see, there you go. I didn't even consider that. Or was she with somebody and then did she have to go date somebody? Like, you know what I mean? Like, did she get outside of her relationship? Like, is that how it happened? But they didn't mention any of that. Like, the sad part is like none of her story is ever going to get released because it's already done. She doesn't have to say shit. Like,
Yeah.
she just went missing for 2.5 days or whatever, 72 hours, and she's gone. And now she's back. Hey, like, does she show back up to work? Be like, oh, hey, I stole this bathrobe. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, it's that's been weird. And the slap on the wrist shit is kind of strange.
It is. At some point, they have to jail one of these women. They have to.
Yeah.
It's been I just fucking froze myself. It's just the way it's been is these women
Right.
have literally just been giving a slap on the wrist, pay a fine, and guess what? Just go about your life. Where the men that they've impacted have lost everything.
Everything. Yep.
Careers,
Mm-hmm.
future earnings, all this shit. And these girls are getting nothing. You're telling me that you're going to give me an $18,000 fine? You know, they're not waiting there for you to write a check because she ain't writing that check.
Yeah. Who has
Right,
$18,000
right.
in their pocket, right? So,
Yeah. So who's doing that? And you know what's going to happen? You can pay that off
mhm.
$100 a year for the next 1,800 years,
Good luck. I couldn't.
180 years. You know, whatever you're gonna settle a deal and you're gonna make that payment or you have your wages garnished, and that's that. And then you move on with your life.
Yeah.
Dude's life ruined. Matt Ariza went from being one of the biggest stories in football.
Yeah. 5th round
And-
pick for a punter was a pretty big leap. I mean, obviously,
in his ability of fucking being able to hammer the ball,
yeah, he
was
was hitting 80 yards
he was
in
on his way.
in the
doing
NFL
big
in
things.
preseason. He hit,
Yeah.
I think, like a couple 70-yard
Here's
punts
a fucking punter. But the dude could probably make $1.5 million, $2 million a year.
easily.
You know,
And you can be in
that's
the
great.
NFL as a punter for like 25 years.
Yeah, because
As his skills got like degraded over time, and you know he kind of slid down the hill, he's probably still be hammering higher than average when he's in his mid 30s, just because he's hitting 80.
so at 32, you fucking retire.
Yeah.
You got a fucking assload of cash in the bank, and that's that. Now, the dude's lucky if he's selling vacuums.
Yeah. Yep.
Because of this bitch, that's nothing happened to her.
Well, here's the thing too, and
Tell these women.
this is what I think is kind of the problem with it too, and not to get overly philosophical, but like society tends to right wrongs en masse and not take it as a one-to-one thing. You know what I mean? Like, so because of any disparity, if you go racial, if you go socioeconomical, if you go whatever, society tends to bend the recourse way in the favor of the people that have been marginalized for a long time, but they don't look at it as a one-to-one thing. It's like this makeup thing, you know, for all of the misdeeds in the past. And that to me, you just can't do that. You shouldn't be able to do that anyways. And that's kind of a flawed system. You know what I mean? It's a pretty flawed system when you look at it like that, you know?
Oh, it is. And I think we're starting to see that.
Well, it's kind of cool that they wouldn't. A lot of news outlets just wouldn't let it rest. They kept pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, no, now she's got this, and now it's going to die, and it's gone. And you know, we live in a pretty fast news cycle, and it's fine. But you know, that is kind of strange that, you know, like, where'd you go for 72 hours? What'd you do? At least give us that. Where's that little snippet to go? Oh, she went and did heroin for a couple of days on a couch. Okay, believable. Didn't want to say that. That's fine.
Yeah, you don't want your family to know you were doing heroin, so you made up a story about seeing a toddler, and that's why you called 911. And while you were trying to rescue said toddler, you got fucking
abducted or something.
abducted.
And it's not like that doesn't like that. That's how Bill Cosby's son got killed. That somebody was on the side of the road with a fake broken down car. The guy pulled over to try to help, and that's how he got killed. He got robbed and killed.
And the part of me that grew up out in the country and grew up during the 70s and 80s. I see somebody pulled over. Part of me is like, I want to help. I should pull over and see if I can help change his tire or whatever.
Sure.
And the other half of me is like, that's what the fucking tow truck company's for. That's what the cops are for.
Especially nowadays with cell phones.
I'm
and shit
not
like
gonna, I'm not gonna end up on a TV show.
Yeah, don't get out of your car. Number one, you pull.
I mean,
you
if
pull down, there, you guys good. And if anybody gets squirrely, you hit the gas. I don't care if someone's in the fucking way.
go to
Like,
the glove, go to the
all-
glove.
All those people too that have been starting to get in the middle of traffic and stop and like try to get you to stop, and then the second you stop, you're dead in the fucking water. It's like driving uphill in the snow.
There's a
You get off the gas, you're absolutely fucked.
friend of mine has
Keep
been
moving.
sharing. He's a kind of a conspiracy theorist in a way, but he's been sharing all these videos of these protesters, how they are able to shut down a 4-lane highway where they just walk out in the first lane. They start throwing like road cones and shit out there, and people start slowing down, and then they slow down. So then the next people lane slows down. So they're able to get out there. And then within a couple minutes, they shut down a 4-lane highway.
Yep.
And in big letters, he's like, never stop.
Yeah. Don't ever stop.
If I'm on the fucking throughway doing anywhere between 55 and 70, and there's a group of you fucking vegan cunts on the side of the road with your fucking hemp signs and road cones and start throwing them out on the road. First off, I drive a big truck. I'm driving over it. Secondly, you step in front of my vehicle, I am mowing you the fuck down.
Well, I think
Guess what's going to hold up in the court of law? Me. You aren't supposed to be in the fucking road.
Right.
Pedestrians get the right of way when you're in a fucking crosswalk. You are not in a crosswalk on the fucking 90 at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Friday when I'm trying to fucking get home from work to see my family and I'm doing 70 miles an hour. You are going to become a huge fucking stain in the road.
Well, the key is, and this is the key, if anyone's ever in this situation, the key is to say that you were threatened for your life. You're
felt
fearful
threatened.
of your life.
Yeah. That's all you got to say.
I stopped the car. I was fearful for my life. And if my kids are in the car,
Fuck you, man. I'm going even faster.
yeah, you're dead. Yeah, that shit gets a little
You
fucked
know
up.
what I haven't seen? And I wonder how this would go over. So you have a pistol, you have a pistol permit, your carry permit, you
Sure.
have your gun in your vehicle. You're driving along the road. This shit starts happening,
Mhm.
and you're near the front. You roll your window down, fire 2 or 3 in the air. How quick do those fuckers get off the road, you think?
Pretty goddamn fast.
Okay. Haven't
So-
seen it happen yet, and I really wish some. Really wish some, dude. I'm 1 glass away from finishing this fucking Magnum. That's the first time I fucked that up. I really wish I could see that. I would love to.
When I got my concealed carry, they walk you through all the things. So hypothetically speaking, if you're pumping your car with gas and somebody hops in your car and there's nobody in your car, you can't take your gun out and try to stop them. Because that to me is, I get it, right?
I don't. That's my property. You value your life more than I value my stuff. Sorry.
So, but I get legally why you can't just have people just getting capped and stuff like that. That's fine, right? But if your kid is in the car, you can be fearful as the adult and as the guardian of your children. You can be fearful for their life, and therefore you can justifiably shoot them. In North Carolina, in some states, you have to have someone come fully in your house. In some states, if someone's jiggling your door handle, you can shoot the door.
I
I
asked.
wish we just have let's just, even with drug laws and stuff like that too, let's have one consistent plan, and then everyone can adhere to the plan.
I asked that question to my cousin who was a cop when the Black Lives Matter shit popped off, and it was right down the street. It was half a mile away from here.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I sat in my chair with my shotgun racked. And I wanted to know, at what point can I start fucking blowing lead through my door?
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go like
Yeah,
blowing guys.
dudes, you invite them in. But here's the story. Here's my half of this fucking story. It's whatever o'clock in the day.
Hmm.
My doorknob's getting rattled. Somebody's pushing hard on it. Why are you trying to come in my house?
Right.
Why? At that moment, I'm fearful you're going to push through my door and threaten my family, and I'm fucking unloading. I don't give a fuck at that point. Guess what? I'm going to jail. That motherfucker's
Dead.
Swiss cheese.
Right.
But I know I protected my family, and that's the last time that shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't care. At that point, I don't care. And I know there's laws, and I know there's, hey, in New York State, it's weird. Hey, man, somebody breaks in your house, whatever, and they run out. You can't shoot them in the back. But if you do shoot them, you got to drag them back across the door frame and what you just get their feet inside there, whatever. But hey, it's 2:00 in the morning. Why the fuck are you on my front porch?
Right.
One, what the fuck do you want? You want to come in my house and steal my shit? Come on in. I'll open the door for you. And I'm going to stand here and fucking just boof.
That, I mean, there was a guy that it looked like he lived in an apartment complex, and somebody knocks on the door, and he had a Ring doorbell in an apartment complex, which is strange to me, right? So, but whatever. So he answers the thing on his phone, but he can actually see everything going on. He's actually in his apartment. And he goes, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're maintenance," and he was like, "Oh, what are you here for?" And he goes, "Oh, we're here to change your air filter," or something like that, right? And he's like, for the last year and a half, he's been asking these guys to come and change the air filter, right? And the apartment complex or condo place or whatever says, "Yeah, we're going to get to it." And they never get to it. And he sees the other guy through the camera start going jiggling other doors and stuff like that. Come back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not home right now. Why don't you guys come back when I'm home and I'll let you in?" And they're like, No, we need to come in right now. And so finally the guy turns his back and starts kicking the fucking door, right? And the dude just starts spraying bullets through the fucking door. And he didn't hit anybody. But at the same point, it's like,
oh, shame.
What are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? And that sucks. Like, it seems like there's a lot more laws to protect criminals when they're being criminally.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that. I would have said the same thing.
It kind of works. But instead of like actual people that are caring about their property or the people within their home, and that to me is
like, what do you mean you can't let this guy in and let him take your jewelry and everything, and then you can leave and nobody gets hurt?
And you're
no,
lucky
that's not how this works.
And you're lucky if they only come in and steal your shit, you know, because you know, when my house got robbed, those guys stopped at my neighbor's house first. Nobody was home. My neighbors weren't home either. And they stole a 1,500-pound gun safe and all the guys' guns too. So then they come to my house, they kick open my door, they roll through, they go through Olivia's bedroom.
Yeah, that's what shook you the most. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, that was the worst thing, like having to pick up her room after guys went through there looking for money. Because I guess some parents will put valuables in the baby's room because they think a criminal would never go into a baby's room.
First place they go.
Yeah, and they know that, right?
Oh, yeah. They're a lot smarter than we think. Every time you see that shit on Facebook, hey, look, where we found a new place for you to hide your money.
Damn it. Yeah. God. Turns out, you know, so we, you know, first 24 hours, you don't know anything. Police never get back to you. And it is what it is. Right. So, but my door is broken and I don't know if these people are coming back. They obviously weren't caught by the police. And I have a little baby in her crib. I mean, Tanya was pregnant with Max. So Olivia was
2 years and a half.
Maybe. Two. Yeah. So, So I slept on my couch, shotgun next to me, ready to roll. And sleeping is a way understatement. I did not sleep. I was awake next to my gun the entire night.
I was watching this shit live on Facebook. They're one street over.
Yeah.
At a fucking Dollar General, pouring gas on the fucking propane tanks.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, Chris, get ready. Because if that thing goes up, that's blowing the whole fucking block up. And we're going to watch the fireball from here. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we had some friends in the know. There was a drone flown over one of the little motherfuckers by like the National Guard that was doing like infrared camera work and shit like that. It was you couldn't hear it. We did see it one night, caught a glimpse of it, and it was flying right over here. And I mean, the fucking helicopters, you know, the sheriff's helicopters and all that shit were fucking all over here. But like you said, I sat right in his fucking chair, shotgun cocked and locked, and I had like fucking slug, double aught buckshot, bird shot, and I just had everything rotated through all 6 of them. I'm like, this is gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, the third guy in my house is not going to have a good time because the first ones are like, we're just going to pepper you up a little bit.
Yeah.
The third one, I'm going to blow your whole body in half.
And the one thing that I do, you know, as much as I hate living here, I do like that most of this house is concrete.
Oh, yeah.
Like the only part of our house that's not was the room I'm sitting in right now. But in the living room behind the couch, there was a window there and they just kind of framed it in and drywalled over it. So I mean, Brady will hit his foot or hand on it, you'll hear the dull thud, but the rest of the fucking wall, it's all concrete.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the chances of a bullet getting through pretty fucking slim.
Yeah.
And like I said, when that whole Black Lives Matter shit happened, popped off, the whole neighborhood was on watch here. We were all keeping an eye out for each other. And I kind of picked a spot where.
Was it weird trying to text with people that are on Cricket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough. Like T-Mobile to AT&T is a little tough too as well. So, but that's fine.
I think Yule's got an iPhone.
You ain't black.
Yeah, everyone has iPhones now.
I ain't seen that motherfucker either.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I'll let you in on my situation a little bit. So my crackhead neighbor has been deteriorating in health, but he's been having
How old is this guy?
Just my age.
Okay, so he's all right, he's 40-ish. Okay.
Yeah. So but his liver's toast. So he's on his way out.
The pot calling the kettle black.
No, well, no. He literally he's
Wait, does crack affect the liver?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's done other things in his life to get you down that road. But now it's like family members and like and so everyone knows what these people are up to. They magically have another 4-wheeler that hi Tanya. They're magically have
Did you
another.
tell her about the monkey?
No, I did not tell her about the monkey. You fucking weirdo.
Dude, I so wanted to explain that. And I'm like, hey, sidebar. But I'm like, nope, the story's got to continue.
So, but they're starting to get overly, you know, they're running 4-wheelers up and down the road now. And every day I used to like to work with the door open a little bit, let a little cold air in, you know, and stuff like that. You know, get a little not so cabin fevery, you know, whatever. Heaven forbid I want to enjoy my own fucking property. And they're running fucking biker boys up and down the road and stuff like that. And sooner or later they're going to get squirrely.
Beyond Thunderdome.
And some of these people have broken into houses before and they've gone to jail for it. They may or may not have open warrants for some of the people over there. And they're 2 houses away. Like, what do you do? I want to move. I want to get the fuck out of here.
I don't care. Really good this time of year.
What's that? Buffalo. I know, right? But I don't care if we found a house a couple blocks away. I even if it was not even what we're used to living in, or as big as a house or whatever, I would seriously think about going there just to get away from these fucking people. You know, just because.
So,
you know,
it's him and who else is
dude,
there? Is it kind of like a flop house where people are in and out?
It's not even a house. It's multiple trailers and school buses and tents. And
how the fuck there's no city ordinance, town ordinance? There's town, country, wherever the fuck you're at.
In the country, it's a free for all.
Really?
Yeah. So,
see, no, I thought that was only the thing you could do on the Indian reservations.
No, well, maybe they're in. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they are.
I mean, that was the one thing. Like when I first met, when me and Kristen started dating, and she took me down to her parents' house. We had to drive through the res. I'm like, how the fuck is that legal? She's like, there's no codes down here. They don't care.
Yeah.
Or then there's like a Ryan home fucking built this beautiful house and this nice little plot. And then
that's a guy that owns a gas station and everyone else around him is poor as fuck. Yeah. Yep.
And then the next house is a mobile home.
Yep. Barely
attached to another mobile home. attached to an outbuilding
Yep.
that has a tarp for a roof. There's 17 cars. Most of them are on blocks.
Yep.
And one new car in the driveway with license plates on it. Excuse me.
Dude,
And
you've never been to my house, and you're describing exactly what's happening. right now.
yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like,
And
what the fuck? She's like,
know,
yeah, there's no codes. They can do whatever the hell they want on it. They can build however they want. I
so
go,
this-
so none of this shit's safe. She goes, the ones with the money that, the executives or whoever they are on the reservation. She's like, yeah, they do all that stuff because they can.
this is
Normally,
kind
all
of
these people just like build,
now.
build.
My plan of action is this: when they start to, because invariably, if there are amphetamines, let's just say hypothetically, being cooked there in a trailer, like a fucking popular show that you just got into watching, everyone's on high alert and everyone's high. So sooner or later, people start getting squirrely. They start fighting with each other, whatever. That's when I call the police and say, hey, I don't know if it's a domestic dispute, but it sounds a little fucking weird. You guys might want to check it out. And they just kind of cruise on down the road. And then those guys are good for about 2.5 months. They don't make a peep.
Yeah.
And then they start branching out a little bit, branching out. And then all of a sudden, another fight. And I got to call the police again. And then randomly, the police drive up and down. And then they're gone. And then they're good for another couple months. Sooner or later, you would think that these people will die out. But more people keep showing up.
It's like these motherfuckers that moved into Tim's house next door. The fucking Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, whatever the hell they are. It's like they got more and more fucking people over there. People have started parking in the road that never parked in the road before because they're tired of these assholes parking.
They're blocking up the block. Yeah.
They're just taking up every parking spot.
Yep.
And there's like nights that I would come home and I'd have to park 5 houses away. And I'm getting to the point now where, especially with the dogs, is having their big fight the other day when they leave their dogs out all day. I'm like, I'm done. If they're parked across the street from my house, I'm going to go over and tell them to move their fucking car.
Yep.
The women that live there, I've never seen any of them outside of wearing pajamas.
Right.
They're wearing pajamas all the fucking time.
What a life, man. I mean, I can't complain. I wear shorts 99.
So there's like an uncertified fucking garage going on next door. The dude started with tinting windows.
Mm-hmm. As you do. Do you get now when you get your windows tinted? Serious question. Do you get the Crown air freshener or do you get the Dice?
My lowrider.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're 4 steps away from being exactly like them.
No, I'm not though. So all of a sudden one day, this truck pulls up with this fucking trailer. This car was destroyed. It should be totaled in a fucking junkyard. They're gonna fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fix it in your driveway. Okay. I mean, they quieted down now, but when I got home tonight at 9:00,
God, I wish I had.
Two of them were out in the street with fucking headlamps on. There's a car on the side of the road. They have jacks underneath it. There's an air compressor. There's a fucking goddamn extension cord running across our street. And they are out there trying to fix this fucking car in the road.
Those people rule.
If it's fucking, the other day it was 45 degrees and raining. Car next door. Whole thing up on fucking blocks. All 4 tires off of it. Raining. They're out there fixing these fucking vehicles.
Dedicated. Making the community better. Those
no,
people.
they're not making the community better. Everybody here is fucking sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
I liked it better when the fucking homeless guy lived next door.
Well, and this is what sucks too. Like, I'm not one of those. I'm glad we live in the country. This is my favorite house we've ever lived in, and I'd be really sad if we left it. However, at a certain point, when you have, 4 acres and you want to just go outside and have a fire, and all you hear is them fucking yelling at each other and stuff like that, or the kids want to go play by the trees and stuff like that. I set up like a slack line and the whole thing. I don't even want them to go over there anymore because it's too close to that fucking house.
Yeah.
Which is, so you had the story about you getting a monkey or something. I don't know, a dream. I had a dream
It was
that
a weird dream, dude. I told you, and I didn't even really get into it. I just kind of gave you the cliffs. But it was fucking hilarious. I'm like, I didn't understand where this was going. I mean, first we almost fucking died at Niagara Falls. Big Hurt's driving the fucking boat.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, we're at your house trying to
Nice.
play like cards, like Uno or something on your bed. And you ever tried to play cards on a bed like that with your kids or anything?
Sure. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
always trying to straighten out and shit
Yeah.
because
And-
somebody moves and it just so
Yep.
you're always trying to straighten it out and shit. And there was a monkey. I had a pet monkey, and you lived like 6 or 8 houses down from me in the street, and there was like a creek or a brook behind the house, and this fucking monkey decided to jump in the fucking creek
So you
on
had
the
a
way
wet,
up to your house.
you had a wet
This
monkey.
Tanya's like,
and-
yeah. Do I need to mention this monkey was black?
Well,
Does that change the story?
a little bit. I was going to hit
Tanya wanted to see the monkey,
that.
and he was
See,
all wet.
this is very
And
Freudian.
Chris is like, this is a fucking metaphor. And he's like, don't you dare talk about my wife and your monkey. Like, dude, see, I knew you were gonna go there, but I'm like, it was I don't understand it. Like,
could you not?
Rodick was in it. He was hanging out with us. Big Hurt was driving the fucking boat that almost went over. I don't know if it was Niagara Falls, but it was definitely a fucking waterfall. And
Probably.
we would have died
Sure.
because I didn't have a cool boat. I had like almost one of those big rubber boats that like the Navy SEALs and shit use.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it was just kind of like one of them with an outboard motor. And he's like,
So
we
you
got to
had-
put it in reverse because
Hold
it
on.
runs at a higher RPM and we're going to get away from falls. I'm like,
So to recap, you had a big rubber thing. My wife wanted to touch it.
all this. sounds
Your
so
monkey
bad.
was wet. Will you just come out and say you want to bang Tanya?
Dude, by the way,
What's your deal?
Tanya, if you're listening, some of this is true. Our kids were involved in the whole thing. That was the whole
Oh,
thing.
God, see, this is
Yeah.
really,
That's why I'm like, it wasn't like that. That metaphor doesn't really play because our kids wanted to hang out. And we were all going to play cards.
no, it's exactly a metaphor. It's exactly a metaphor.
Okay.
Like metaphors don't have a beginning and ending where it all wraps up in group sex. Like,
Yeah. but the fact that our kids were involved kind of wipes that all off. At
Sure.
least for me, it does.
absolutely does for me. Yeah, same. Yeah. But at the same point, I get where your brain was going with it.
But honestly, dude, if one of us had a fucking pet monkey, we were like, yo, bring that thing over.
Fucking legit. Legit.
Was it in Grandma's Boy? Hi, monkey.
I taught the monkey kung fu.
Yeah.
No, and I've been on
tangents.
super high alert and just kind of freaking out a little bit. And so now we're turning on the alarm and all that kind of stuff. We got cameras and stuff like that because
Yeah, we
once you've been like legit robbed, you kind of go way off the deep end. And I'm sure that there's some people in some places that stage almost burglaries so they can sell more alarm systems. I'm sure that shit happens.
Yeah.
And that did not happen to me, but that guy made some money off of everyone on the block just selling shit, right? But
I mean, the same thing happened here when that dude was trying to climb through our window.
Yeah.
We went out and bought $800 worth of fucking cameras.
yeah, you have to. But at the same point, I've had dreams too, where like I had a dream, I had a fucking one of those blue fucking John Wick dogs, and I'm like, that's what.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Fathead, blue nose pitbull, whatever.
you
they
know
are.
how I get. I'm like, that's my brain saying I need to get that to protect the kids, because I would. Nilla's on her way out. They know we have a dog, so I don't know if they'd break in because they know we have a pit bull. But she is like 14.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
she's old, man.
Huh?
Yeah, bad knees and stuff. She's like me trying to get down the stairs. Fucking
Creak,
pathetic.
creak.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. We said we were gonna touch base on the percentages thing. Here's how I worked on the percentages thing, the Brene Brown percentages that we talked about last week. How you've been saying, hey, I'm at 40%, she's at 60%.
Oh yeah,
I did not do any of it this week because I was so fucking stressed out that it would probably have been very draining to Tanya for every day that she sees me to go, I'm at fucking 1%.
Yeah.
So I just shut my mouth, did my work, made sure the kids were good, make sure the kids were at activities, and
Yep.
shut my fucking shit up.
I
'Cause
did that too. Yeah.
What's the
Like-
point of making her more stressed because I'm stressed?
Like
No.
every day I wake up,
Shit in.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Chris, by time I wake up in the morning, and it varies when I have to get up, but I try to be up by 9.
Yeah.
I wake up. She sends me a text, and everything's numbered. Hey, good morning. I love you.
The people
Number
who
one.
know exactly who we are.
Yeah. Number one, I'm in the office today. I got meetings until here, and I should be done, and then I'll be home. Okay, 2 goes down the list. Aubrey has practice.
Number 7, kill yourself.
You know, whatever. Brady, whatever. He's good. He just needs to practice his words after school. Blah blah blah. Goes down the list,
Mm.
and then Thursday, like I told you, she inadvertently let on that they bail out of work, and they go up to an upper floor that has a bar.
First of
And
all,
I busted her on it.
how
And
great is that?
I
that
also
in the same building she works in, there's a bar.
don't give a fuck.
That's amazing.
And
Good
that's
for
the
her.
part I don't think she understands. I'm like, I really don't give a fuck.
Right.
I knew you were up to something. Just tell me. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
I know something was going on.
Something's
Thursdays.
afoot.
Why it's always Thursdays. Why did we move? We moved.
Well, sorry, I'm just doing it full screen because it's getting a little strange to me.
Okay.
So
So she said, hey, I want to go have a drink, this, that, and everything. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. Brady needs a haircut because today was school picture day. I'm like, great. I'll schedule it. When I wake up in the morning, I'll call, get him a haircut, whatever.
Ooh,
And I'll take him.
God, I'm thinning. I'm thinning, baby.
Yeah, me too. So then all of a sudden I let the dogs out. Usually they're fine.
Ooh.
They got in a fight with a neighbor dog. Tucker got his nose cut. He was bleeding all over. Somehow, and I'm really not sure how, I picked both dogs up by their collars. And my left arm is not very strong at all, but I still picked both dogs up and dragged them in the house.
I think you're healed. I think you go to
We're
your
not quite there yet, but
no,
yeah.
you go to your
this
PT
was
people
a-
and say, no, this is what I did because I'm a gangster. And now you can go back to work and you can start being a productive member of society. It's time.
I have 1 month to get cleared by my doctor.
So this is what I love about your life.
I hate it.
No, I love it
There's a
because,
fucking gun in my face right now.
and this isn't me saying woe is me, but like if I get hurt, if I have COVID, still have to work. When I tore my shoulder, still have to work. When
You work for yourself. Of course you have to do this.
it's awesome and terrible at the same time. But then
Yeah.
also like when she's like, "Hey, do you want to go to the Bills game on the we're starting arranging that stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, let's fly out. We'll do this, whatever." I don't have to ask permission to a boss or to have PTO.
Yeah. You don't have to, yeah.
That is very, very freeing. It's great. So I can't complain. But I'd be completely lying if I didn't go. All this guy did was fucking hurt his shoulder in a really bad way. I'm not
Dude, I wouldn't wish this on my worst time. And I have very, very few of those. And I wouldn't want anybody to go through this.
I'm not taking away what's happened to you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging your trauma. Okay, Carly Russell.
You're such a cunt.
I had to bring it back. We had to liven it up a little bit. Thank you.
Golf clap.
Thank you.
Oh,
Nope.
okay, terrific.
Podcast name ever.
But what I am saying is that there has been times where I'm like, God damn it, this guy, he's been off for so long. It must be so fucking awesome. But you know what? I think you're gonna be so excited when you get to
Fucking prison cell.
Yeah.
It's a prison sentence.
one of the things that one of the things that I've been trying to do, even when work gets a little stressful for me, is the phrase "get to" versus "have to."
Yeah.
So let's take this percentage thing. I still think we work on that this week. I think
I thought that was a great idea that Krista brought up. I once she explained it all and sent me the video, and I think I sent it to you. I'm like,
great.
Motherfuck, that makes sense. It just makes sense. Like, so that even yesterday, Thursday, right? Yeah. I get a text I'm walking down to the corner to get Brady off the school bus. I get a text at 3:30. Bus 43 is it's not functioning. The kids are safe at the school. They're waiting for a new bus to pick them up, and they will be on their way. I'm like, all right, fuck, this is going to be 15, 20 minutes. So I come down here, put on my fucking boots. I walk in the backyard. And I start measuring the length of the fence.
Yeah.
My tape measure out because I got to do something with the dogs. They don't get along.
You could build a little barrier. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm just going to go pick up pallets from businesses and I'm going to tie them to the fence. That'll take care of that. Then I can burn them. Multi-purpose. So I'm here measuring the fucking fence. And I look, and there's a side street. There's my property line ends, and then there's a house backs up to us. Then
Yep.
there's a road.
Mhm.
I see this fucking white roof going down the road. And I'm looking, and as that fucking thing rounds the corner, it's a school bus. I fucking come running in, open the doors, kick my fucking boots off, run through this room to the side room, up into the kitchen, run through the kitchen, realize that I'm not going to get my fucking shoes on in time,
Sure.
rip open the door, go out the front door. I'm on my front porch. Brady's at the fucking neighbor's house already. First off, the fucking bus driver's not supposed to let him off that fucking bus unless me or Krista or Aubrey are there.
1,000%. Yep.
Let him right off. And I'm like, you're home like 2 minutes later than you normally would.
Right.
I go, what the fuck? So that just set everything in motion. I'm texting Krista, his bus is late. I'm like, well, he just fucking showed up. She's like, I'm skipping the drinks. I'm coming home. I'm like, I think I'm needed there more than here. I'm like, no, Brady's home.
Yeah.
I'll
we're just fine.
reschedule his haircut because it was supposed to be at 4. So I called them and said, hey, his bus is late. I go, push me back to a later time after 6. Fine, no problem. I'm like, everything's under control. And I said, I got to pick up Abo at 4:45. I can pick her up from school, from practice. Not a problem. We come home. I do Brady's homework. He goes upstairs. He's playing with his cars in his room. I'm like, Bob, half hour, 30 minutes. We got to go get Abo from school.
Yep.
Great, no problem. Chris is like, I'm coming home. I'm like, bitch, go have your fucking drinks.
I'm like, bitch.
Everything's fine. It's under control. It's hectic, but
Yeah.
I got it. So then she's like, I love you. You're the best, this and everything. So I'm like, that kind of goes back to the whole percentages. I'm like, you wanted to go have a drink. I know your work has been crazy. Go have a fucking drink.
Yeah.
I got this at home. So just understand when I'm drinking a glass of moonshine at 9 o'clock last night, why? Just, that's all. Just why? Don't judge me. Just say,
That's
do I?
that's the key. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's all I'm saying. And that goes back to the percentages. I'm like, at that point, she probably had 30% to give. I had 25%. But guess what? I dug down deep,
Sometimes you got to take one for the
found a
team.
march. Yeah, and that was fine. And I didn't give a fuck. If she wouldn't have come home till 6 or 7, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
The last couple of
keep
days
me in the loop. That's all.
were rough, and not rough in a bad way. Like I didn't have bad days. It was just like I have a list of things I want to do for my job for the people that already pay me. That I've got to go pursue other business too. So and it's been a week of that, which has been fucking great. But at the same point, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to do this one checking thing with this one company. And then I got the guy outside trying to work on this thing. I got my father-in-law painting the thing. I got I'm on a call. I'm still texting with the guy trying to figure out this ACH thing. I'm doing 10,000 things at once. And then after all that stuff's done, I get like 30 minutes to run upstairs and eat real quick before another meeting. And I'm like, this is why I go on a Friday night. I want to go have a beer somewhere just to, I don't check my emails. It's Friday night. I don't have to worry about it. And I can't feel guilty if I don't get back to someone at Friday, 8 o'clock at night, if they email me at 6 p.m. at night. That's not my problem. And I hate when people say 6 p.m. at night or 6 a.m. in the morning. That's my bad. But I don't know that many people could function the way I do the perfect job, and I'm in the perfect situation with time to schedule with the kids for my kind of brain, because I can do 10,000 things at once, but I can't do one thing at once. So I'm in a good spot.
I need to be doing more.
Yeah. I'm in a good spot in that regard, but I think we pay a little bit more attention to that. We'll touch base with that. I think next week, as well, if you want to we'll do one show live and then do one show canned, and then we'll schedule that one to go live when we're not doing it on that following week. So we'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I failed Sober October. I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to harbor any guilt for it. I did my best, college try, but go ahead and walk in my goddamn shoes and you'll know why. Every once in a while, you need a fucking couple beers. Go ahead, try it
And
out.
that's the thing too, is that, people are always like, you're hammered all the time. I'm like, a lot of my friends see that and that's what it's the old, they pick and choose what they want to see.
Right.
And I don't need my wife to come to my defense, but she's popped up here and there. She's like, you see him at point C. She said, you don't see him at A and B.
And
At
A&B
home with
are
his
a long
kids.
fucking journey sometimes.
Yeah, at home with me doing adult shit. You
Yep.
don't see him here with his kids. You don't see him at his kids' sporting events, rooting them on and cheering them on. You don't see all that. All you do is see him when he wants to be let loose, let his hair down, and get drunk. And when I work, normally, I'll be back to work in a month.
Yeah, but
I don't drink Sunday through Thursday.
Right.
Thursday night, I might have a beer with dinner because I know one beer will be fine. I might have a beer, and that's it. Fridays, I come home, I have breakfast, I have a beer, do a little online gambling.
Sure.
I go to Vinny's,
Sure.
take my kids to school. I go to Vinny's. That's my happy hour.
Yeah.
It's 7:30 in the morning is my happy hour.
And there's a
You don't
reason.
get to judge me, oh, you 9 to 5 fucks
Well, yeah, that's
that are at happy hour at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I work third shift. This is my happy hour.
Yeah.
People are like, well, I don't see any need for it. Like, dude, last week, all the bars that got the special license to open up for the Bills games,
Yep.
the only people there are alcoholics, the people that need to be drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning. My lifestyle's a little different.
Yeah. Well, so you said
Friday
something
and Saturday is it.
you said something very important there. Need and want.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to drink. I don't think I need it. I haven't had the shakes. I haven't been falling down. I haven't like whatever. I haven't like looked at this fridge. Oh, if I could just have one or whatever. No, I am 99% stress from Monday to goddamn Friday. I want to have a couple beers. I
Yep.
want to. And I'm not going to fucking like, why beat the shit out of yourself and feel guilty over wanting to do some things that you're legally allowed to do? I'm not on fucking house arrest for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I'm a goddamn person. So I failed sober October. I did.
Yeah. During the week,
I did. I failed it.
Tuesday afternoon, I can come down here. Chris is like, hey, we need an extra thing of butter. Or we're out of blue cheese. Come down here. 30 beers.
Mhm.
All sorts of fucking mixed drink cans, moonshine, wine, everything in this fridge. Look right past it. I
Yep.
grab the butter. Close the fucking door. I'm not.
Yeah,
Oh,
Joe's-
boy. Oh, hey,
Right.
no. Tucker.
Well, we can
So, yeah.
we can punch out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so we'll do this Friday next week, right? Hopefully Jarian comes by again. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good next week. So, yeah.
Cool.
And then the week after is Chris's birthday. So, yeah, I'm going to be out for Friday. So, if we can record one, like my wife said, she goes, I don't understand why you guys don't realize when, especially in the summertime, when I'm going camping and
Yep.
you're going on a trip, why don't we do 2 or 3 and save one?
Yeah, save them. Yeah, smart. Smart.
Doing- Yeah,
No, whatever. Or we'll just be
we're
done.
not smart.
But yeah, we'll get out of here. Thanks for enjoying our shit or not enjoying it. I don't give a fuck. And these will be live. I forgot to put the other ones live this week too. So we'll have like 4 podcasts going live this week. So, or not
Great.
live, but like on the apps and stuff like that. So hey, we're big in Germany, no big deal. Yeah, we'll get out of here. And hey, keep fucking that chicken, man.
Empty.
That a boy. Hey, mission accomplished.
Fucking Magnum. I took a Magnum down, Chris.
That a boy. Not the first time, not the last.